Have you ever planned to do something, make a speech, attend an interview, start a new journey, only to feel that inner voice say, "What if I fail?" That, right there, is self doubt. But what is self confidence? And why does it feel so fragile? Self confidence is not about being certain you will succeed at everything. It's a local, specific belief that you can perform a particular action well according to meaningful standards. It operates between what you intend to do and what you actually do. A confident person believes, "I will do this well." A self doubting person thinks, "I want to do well, but I might not." Both care, both want to succeed. The difference is how strongly they believe in their ability to meet external standards. Every agent, you, me, all of us, is made of 5 key capacities. Point number 1, cognitive, that is our beliefs and expectations. Point number 2, emotive, that is our desires and aversions. Point number 3, volitional, that is our intentions and decisions. Point number 4, physical, that is our ability to act or withhold action. Point number 5, rational, that is our ability to reason and reflect. When these parts align, confidence flows. When they are in conflict, self-doubt creeps in. Sometimes your epistemic self, the one that seeks assurance, questions your practical self. Even when you believe you acted well, you might not feel that belief is enough. That is internal conflict, what we call intrapersonal doubt. Self-confidence weakens when you believe others will judge you and your performance, and you fear falling short. You care about doing well, you want to meet a public standard, and that caring can either fuel your resolve or spark your anxiety. Now, here is something subtle but important. Too much self-confidence is not a strength. It can actually block moral reflection. You become so sure of your own ability or rightness that you stop questioning yourself. That is where overconfidence begins to do harm. Because your belief about your ability grows larger than your actual capacity. You believe your future self will perform flawlessly, but your real performance does not match. That gap between belief and reality is where overconfidence lives. Self-confidence is not essential for practical action, it's a relational quality between the present self and the future self. When that relation is exaggerated, overconfidence happens. You believe your future self will perform much better than you actually do. The wider the gap between belief and reality, the more overconfident you are. Under self-confidence is the reverse mismatch. You assume you will perform poorly, but actually you do much better than expected. In this case, your belief didn't match your potential, but this is not the same as self-non-confidence, where you don't even intend to try. That is not doubt, that is retreat. Self-confidence only matters when you have already decided to act. If you never intend to speak, lead, sing, or apply, then confidence does not even get a seat at the table. It only enters the story once you have committed, and the outcome is still unknown. That moment, the edge between resolve and risk, is where confidence either shows up or does not. At its core, self-confidence is not about perfection, it's about perspective. It's about standing in the space between intention and action and saying, "I believe I can meet this challenge, and even if I fall short, I will learn." Self-confidence is not the absence of fear. It is the willingness to move with clarity even through fear. So, when did you last surprise yourself? When did you step into uncertainty and come out a little stronger, a little wiser? Drop your reflections in the comments below. Like this if it gave you something to think about. Share it with someone doubting their own light, and subscribe for more such reflections. Thank you for watching.